Star Alex Eala takes center stage at the BNP Paribas Tennis Paradise in Indian Wells, and of course, Filipino fans turn out in full force to cheer her on.
Of course, I'm very grateful for all the support that's been coming my way, and it's really heartwarming to see that they really they make the effort and they take the time to come out and to support, and it makes the experience for the player totally.
Alex Eala has sent shockwaves through the tennis world with her debut at the 2026 Indian Wells tournament. In a feat never before seen in the event's history, her opening round match generated a staggering $5 million in ticket sales, a record that has left fans, organizers, and analysts alike completely speechless. The moment her match against Dayana Yastremska was announced, demand exploded. Fans from every corner of the globe rushed to secure seats, overwhelming the ticketing platform and causing the system to crash entirely. Prices climbed to levels no single tennis match had ever reached before, yet that did nothing to deter the millions desperate for a seat. Indian Wells, already one of the most prestigious events on the tennis calendar, was changed forever that day. Tournament organizers scrambled to manage the massive crowds that descended on the venue, many admitting they had never witnessed anything like it. What unfolded wasn't simply a tennis match, it was a global event, a cultural moment driven entirely by one player's extraordinary magnetism. Analysts are now calling it the Eala effect, a phenomenon reshaping women's tennis from the ground up. From ticket sales to fan engagement, Eala's star power has grown beyond anything the sport had anticipated. People who had never watched a single tennis match found themselves frantically searching for tickets the moment her name appeared on a draw. The pattern stretches well beyond Indian Wells. From the Australian Open to Dubai to Miami, Eala has consistently drawn the largest crowds on tour. Jessica Pagula, a top-ranked WTA player, described facing Eala at the Miami Open as unlike anything she had ever experienced. The energy electric, the fan support overwhelming, and the atmosphere more reminiscent of a championship final than a regular tour match. One thing is clear, Alex Eala isn't just a rising star. She's a movement, and the tennis world is only beginning to feel her impact.
Week after week, as she has done well and established herself as a really good player on tour, they all come out to support her. And so I think we saw that in Australia when it was kind of overcrowded. They put her on too small of a court. We saw it here. You can hear it from the hotel. You can hear the crowd roaring, especially at night. So it's incredible.
The devotion Eala inspires in her fans goes far beyond casual admiration. People wait in long lines for hours, refresh ticketing pages relentlessly, and camp outside stadiums simply to absorb the atmosphere surrounding her matches. That level of dedication is extraordinarily rare in any sport, and it speaks directly to the deep, personal connection she has forged with those who follow her. Her influence hasn't gone unnoticed by the sports elite, either. Novak Djokovic, widely regarded as one of the greatest tennis players to ever live, recently offered his own glowing assessment of Eala, declaring her the finest tennis player the Philippines has ever produced. Coming from Djokovic, those words mean everything. When one of the sport's all-time legends singles out a player for praise, the entire tennis world stops and pays attention. His endorsement not only validates what fans have known for some time, but it further cements Eala's standing as one of the most compelling and marketable talents on the WTA Tour today.
Alex Eala, that's been a talk, which is understandable. There's some players coming from respective countries, like she's coming from Philippines, which is now a big deal. She's been the biggest ever, tennis player from that country, which is a big country, and there's big interest.
The scenes at the Australian Open earlier this year painted a vivid picture of just how far Eala's reach extends. Queues stretched endlessly outside the stadium, and thousands of fans who never secured tickets refused to leave. They stayed, gathered outside the gates, listening to the roar of the crowd, feeding off the electricity in the air. For them, simply being near the moment was enough. That is the rare and extraordinary hold Eala has over the people who follow her. As Indian Wells 2026 plays on, one truth becomes increasingly difficult to ignore. This is only the beginning. The $5 million generated from a single first-round match is not a ceiling, it's a preview. With every tournament she enters, Eala grows beyond the boundaries of sport, evolving from elite athlete into something far greater, a global icon whose influence resonates well outside the lines of any tennis court. The numbers are staggering, the crowds are historic, and the momentum shows no signs of slowing. Alex Eala is not simply a player to watch. She is a phenomenon reshaping the very landscape of women's tennis, rewriting what's possible in terms of fan devotion, commercial impact, and cultural reach. The records she is breaking today are merely the foundation of what promises to be a long, defining, and historic career. The world has made its voice heard, and it is saying loudly and unanimously that Alex Eala belongs at the very top.